Hi guys, welcome to Mac Reddit, where tales are not just told, they come alive. As always, today I have brought a very interesting Reddit story. I hope you will enjoy it. And don't forget to show your love gives me energy. Let's dive into the story. AITA for choosing my grandpa over my entitled stepdad to walk me down the aisle at my wedding. My 24-year-old female's biological father passed away when I was 4 months old, and my mom, Eleanor, now 48, married a man, Henry, now 49. I called my stepdad Dad for most of my life, but I was never considered equal to his biological kids. This caused me emotional pain and confusion throughout my life. Recently, I got married, and I asked my biological grandpa to walk me down the aisle, which upset my stepdad. After the wedding, he confronted me because I didn't consider him my father. When I brought up that he always called his stepdaughter, why should I treat him like my father? My stepdad got angry and said that I was being nitpicky. I promptly replied that I was not. Instead, he was a hypocrite for treating me as not a daughter, but expecting to be treated as a dad. Background: my biological father passed away when I was just 4 months old. After 1 year of his passing, my mom met my stepdad. They got married after a 2-year relationship. I called my stepdad Dad for most of my life, and he is the only dad I ever knew. I have no memories of my life without him. I would say that for most of my life, I saw him as my dad and not my stepdad. He was the male figure who raised me. However, I was never considered equal to his biological kids, and always treated me as if I were inferior to his biological children. My stepdad used to refer to me as his stepdaughter when asked how many kids he had. I have always heard him say this since I was a kid, despite the fact that I always called him Dad, and my mom and him my parents. It hurt a lot when I was younger. My younger sister was often called my first baby girl by him, and my younger brother was called his firstborn. While technically they are his first biological son and daughter, I was always expected to treat him like my real dad. He never claimed me as his real daughter. However, things started to change for me when I was 16. One of my school friends, Owen, who is now my husband, called my stepdad, and I didn't correct him. When my stepdad overheard, he reached out to my mom and told her that he was hurt that I didn't correct my friend when he relegated my stepdad to a lesser title. They called me to discuss it with me. When asked, I told my stepdad that I was his stepdaughter most of the time, so why shouldn't he be my stepdad? He remained angry with me, but things normalized after some days. My stepdad was still good to me. Some things really hurt when I was younger, and some things upset me when I was older, like the incident above. I did talk to him and my mom about it, and I was gaslighted into believing he didn't say stepdaughter, or he'd say that sometimes it's important to distinguish. I always felt like it would have been easier if he had been consistent with not my kid for me. At least then, I wouldn't have been so confused and hurt as a younger kid. My biological grandparents have noticed all of this. I think what caught their attention the most was when I was 8 years old and worried that I couldn't be my stepdad's real daughter, and I asked him to adopt me, but he changed the subject. My stepdad's parents and 2 siblings were also there, and they looked shocked that I had asked. My grandpa wanted me to move in with him, but he avoided asking my mom and stepdad because he didn't want to create drama. Another reason was that he was not rich enough to cover all of my expenses. However, he always gave me emotional support, and the same was true from my side. Last month, I got married and asked my grandpa to walk me down the aisle. This upset my stepdad, but he didn't say anything at the time. However, last week, after returning from our honeymoon, when my husband and I visited my mom, my stepdad brought this up and said that he was hurt. I asked if he was the only person in the family who gets hurt, and that others have no feelings, and I asked him why he always treated me like an outsider. He got up angrily and said that I was being nitpicky, and I promptly replied that I was not nitpicky. Instead, he was a hypocrite for treating me as not a daughter, but expecting to be treated as a dad. He told me I didn't know the meaning of the word, and that I should be more appreciative of all the things he had given me. A small talk soon turned into a heated argument, but I didn't want it to continue, so I left without having dinner. My mom has called me 10 to 15 times since then and requested me to sort things out with my stepdad, but I refused. She says I am the AH for messing all this up. So, am I the What do the Mac Reddit fans think? Is the OP an AH or not? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like the stories I brought you, just hit the like button, share them as much as you can, and don't forget to subscribe to Mac Reddit for a daily dose. Bye bye, see you tomorrow with some more spicy fries.